Okay, this is the style of card we're going to make today with our brand new fabulous folded die. Come play with us. Well, as you can see, this is the Trifold Surprise card, our newest from Fabulous Folded. And this is one large die. As a matter of fact, let me show you. That's how big it is. It comes in this envelope. And what you're going to do is simply fold those score lines, and you will probably want a bone folder. We just find that very helpful. Something for me to tell you is that these cards will fit in a regular die cutting machine. That's because this is a 5 inches wide. Let me just, 5 inches wide by 9 3/4. So it's going to fit in your Big Shot, your Gemini Junior, any die cutting machine you have. And it will just take one pass through there. And let me show you what that looks like. Looks like this. Well, it's going to look like that, actually. And as always, we have the instructions on the back, which this time it's all about folding. So you're going to be creating some valley folds. Let me scoot this away. So that's going to go like a V, and some mountain folds that goes like a mountain. So that's what you have. So there's 4 score lines. So start with the valley, mountain, valley, mountain, and then it's going to collapse like that. And this is going to pop out just like I showed you. Now, these will also fit perfectly in our 10 envelopes. We offer those to you so that you've got envelopes to go with the cards that you're going to create, so that everything is just organized like that and will work perfectly. Now let's go back to that card. And Teresa did the one when she sent in the submission for this Trifold Surprise, and this is just really fun. As you can see why we're calling it Trifold, because there's 1, 2, 3 panels. And this is one of those dies that I think you're just going to use again and again and again, which is really, really nice. Now, the finished card is 5 1/4 by 5 inches, and just is a very nice size. Okay, so almost a square. Now, this one, Teresa used white cardstock to die cut the card base. And then she used the sunflower, as you can tell, the sunflower paper. She used the 6 by 6. And one thing that I love that she's done on these cards is that there is a difference in the tone. So on the front of this, there's a lighter color. You see that white wood. But on the inside, there is this brown. And it just also separates it. So that's just something to, pay attention to. So the 6 by 6 sunflowers. Then she went into our dazzles, our sunflower dazzles, of course. And she did place them on some solid cardstock. So what, of course, is she going to use but these sunflowers cardstock with all those beautiful shades. And so she's simply placing the dazzles on those papers and using our scissors, the 4 1/2 inch scissors, to just trim along the dazzle edge and then simply glue that down. The hello is also on the dazzle sheet, so that works nicely. You even get a little bee or a couple of bees, as you can see. This is part of the paper pack. It's a cutout. So it just works really nice. She also used the medium brown tri-blend marker, and you can see, hopefully, you can see that there are just some lines that she has drawn onto the solid cardstock just to give a bit more dimension to it. So that's really nice. So sunflowers, and of course, that's perfect now, especially as we're all rooting for Ukraine, and that's their national flower. She's added the gingham ribbons right down there onto the front. Now, the other thing that Teresa's provided for us is a paper pattern. So this paper is slightly smaller than the die cut sheet. This one is also slightly smaller. So bless her heart, she has given us a download for those paper patterns. So no tricky measuring, just to make it really easy. Now, if we had done this as a cutting die, I'm afraid the price of the die would have been more than double what it is. And we really just didn't want to do that. I kind of hate to go any higher on the dies than we have to, which is why they're always so reasonably priced. So that's what we've got here, and we will have that on the product page with the cutting die itself. So you've always got it available. Okay, so that's our first die, or our first card with our die this month. Now this is our second card, so let me just bring in the first one to show you the difference. So this one opens like so, as you saw. This one is reversed, and it's opening this way. Okay, so the first thing that you can do, or the second thing you can do, is reverse the die. And all you'll do is turn it over and do the folds in the reverse direction. So that's all you have to do, just pretty simple. So you'll see all of that. Now, this is a very different look, but again, she's got the change of the tones of the color. So darker this time on the front, lighter on the inside. Now, if this paper doesn't look too familiar, it's because it is an older one, and we have Country Blooms. And I have to tell you, we do not have a ton of these. So Country Blooms, it's a 12 by 12. They are double-sided. And Teresa has just done, as always, a really nice job. Again, you're going to want to use those paper patterns that download. And these are cutouts. These two are out of the paper collection. And I love the fact that she used jute. And so that has been wrapped around this paper before she attached it to the card. Really nice. And she also has added some butterflies. And the butterflies are from the 117 beautiful butterflies. Now there's big butterflies, little butterflies, there's gold, silver, and of course there's black. So those little touches that she has, that's what's going on there. And you can see, so 4 butterflies out of 117. So you'll have plenty left. And that's just really fun. So again, it's going to fit into a regular card. She did, however, as I'm handing this, I need to tell you, she did glue this piece to a lavender cardstock. Now that came out of the Hydrangea one that we just saw, or that we're going to see in just a minute, the Hydrangea solid colors. This will make sense in just a moment. But you can see that you can go, you know, either way. So it just works very, very nicely. Okay, now let's go back, or let's go to our next, and here's where those hydrangeas come in. Now this is being folded the same way as the first card, so there you go. And again, there is a difference, as you can see, not quite as dramatic as the white and the brown, but certainly a darker lavender and then more of the white tone. So fun to pay attention to that. Now, what Teresa has done is, as I said, she has folded this the opposite way, and so that worked out very nicely. And then she's added the, let me bring them in. So here's the Hydrangea Heaven. So the papers are what she's used, both on the front, in the center panels, and in the back. So all of those work nicely. And then she has added the cutting dies. And so this is the Hydrangea Passion cutting die. So with one swoop, you're going to get a whole bunch of flowers just out at just that moment. This is the base of the flowers. And this is a second one in case you want to do maybe a bud or a smaller grouping of them, or layering it on top of the other one. So that's fine. But where are you going to get all of those? Well, that's where that cardstock comes in. So this is Hydrangea Heaven. I love hydrangeas. And you can see all of those lovely lavender and purples, and yet we do have the green for the leaves, and some pink in there too. So that's what's been used both on this card and on the card before. So that works well. Now, when she die cut all of these hydrangeas out, she did use the tool kit. This is a flower forming kit. So with the flowers, they're small, so you just place them there and just rub gently in the center, and they'll kind of cup up, and then you get some dimension. So that worked out nicely. She did also add the stems and leaves. They are from, obviously, the stems and leaves cutting die. So you do need 2 cutting dies to take care of this, but this is quite useful, you'll see, on very many things, and we've used them on quite a few of our cutting dies. Now, the other thing that she has done is she has added purple jewel dazzles into the center of each of those hydrangea blossoms. So that just gives you a pop of color, as you can see. Yeah, there you go. And also she's used our thin line dazzles, and this comes in a package of black, white, gold, and silver. She's got silver up here because there's silver foiling around the purple jewel dazzles, so that makes everything work together. And then, do you see the happy birthday and the celebrate? Well, that is out of our dazzles. It's called More Greetings, and there are 75 of them. Again, there's a variety of finishes and colors, but they're all in script, and just a lot of good greetings is what that's about. So happy birthday and celebrate. Just really nice. You can see a couple of other hydrangea blossoms right there. So that gives you 3 ideas. As Teresa always does, she always gives us something else. So we've got the card folded one way, card folded the other way. Now let's see what she's done. I have to tell you, there's several things going on this card. So here's the front of the card, and here's the inside, and here's the inside. Yes, you can take this and tuck it into another card. Now, she did trim 1/4 of an inch off that edge. Now, this is the edge that's free, so you can just trim that and it fit perfectly in this card. Now, this card is 5 by 5.5, so it is an inch shorter, just cut down off of our regular cards and envelopes, so that works out nicely. But let me show you some other things that are going on. Now, as I said, she used, actually I didn't say, so let me bring it in. She used the Sweet Pea collection and also the solid cardstock. So the Sweet Pea 12 by 12 pattern. And what I love that she did, well, several things. To begin with, she trimmed down her full-size card to 5 by 5.5, as I've told you. And then she put the paper, the pattern paper on top, cut it just slightly smaller than the card. But what I love is that although the paper has sweet peas on it, Teresa added more sweet peas, and she did that, of course, with the sweet pea cutting die. No big surprise there. But what I love about this is that you see just a whole bunch of sweet peas behind these 3D ones, and that just is such a good look. So often when we have cutting dies, we have them as just one element on our projects, and this is nice to let the pattern paper really play with the cutting die, and I think it's a smart move. The other thing she did, she went into vellum. Okay, so we have vellum, just plain vellum, in these 6 by 12 sheets, and there are 10 of them that you get in a package. So she has placed one here, and actually she tore the edge, so just tear it, and it's about, an inch and a half. You know, I haven't said this whole webisode, but all of the instructions are written out by Teresa for you. They are down below, and you just click on them. You can print them off if you want to, and that just works beautifully. So she did put the vellum. Now, she did tuck the ends underneath this first paper. So if you want to use that treatment, you want to tuck those in. That way nothing's going to escape. Then she wrapped it with ribbon, and obviously this ribbon is out of our light pink collection. So you can see in that brown and pink is just really dramatic on the front there. The Hello Sunshine, well, that is a cutout from that paper collection. And look what's going on here. I hope you can see the shimmer and shine, but I think this is just quite brilliant. And I haven't seen anybody else do it. So what Teresa did is she took our butterflies cutting die, and this has 3 different sizes. You get the intricate one, and then if you want, you have the solid behind it. So Teresa cut the solid out of vellum, and then she cut the butterfly out of our white glitter paper. Now, this isn't white, is it? It's pink on the edges. How did she do that? Well, you know Teresa. So she took the blending brushes and some pink ink and just went right along the edges. Again, doing that on her craft mat, just really, really nice. And she has attached that just with the body. And then she added the pink shimmer sparkles into the center here and into the center of her bow. Really, really fun. Lots of stuff going on. But on the inside, okay, she's done the same thing. So that's more of the sweet pea. And I know this could stand alone, as it obviously could, but how fun to tuck it in the card and have this kind of explosion happening. So really, really nice. You can see that she's used the overall print as well as the stripe. She's matted it on the solid. Again, more of the cutouts from that paper. More sweet peas. I love how graceful they are. And 3 more butterflies that have been inked on the edges. And she used, for the inking, I guess I should tell you that, shouldn't I? She used plum jam and pine tree on both her die-cut sweet peas as well as the butterflies. So not only are you getting great ideas with this wonderful die, but you're getting lots of other ideas too, and that's what we like to do. One final thing to tell you about this is that when you go to place this card inside this card, we really recommend that you attach it with extra sticky tape, because you're going to get some tugging on this and you don't want anything to pop off. You want it very securely in there. So that works nicely. And this was done with the regular, it's not done the opposite way, it's done the way that the die folds initially. So that just does a really good job. So there are 4 ideas for using our new tri-fold surprise card. Now, if you are part of our Fabulous Folded subscription, you've already received this, and you also will get the free goodie that we're giving. And the one that we're doing this time is 1 sheet of that white glitter cardstock. So with the die, you're getting that. You are getting it if you want the money saver. And those of you in the subscription, you've already received it. So now you've got some ideas of what to do with it. You will also get the 10% off, so that's a savings. And then if you are new to subscribe to the Fabulous Folded Club, you will also get the bow dies. That is a free thing for you. So we encourage you to join. You will never be disappointed, I can pretty much guarantee you. Each month the price will vary, but I guarantee you it will be fabulous. So that's fun. Well, that's what we have today, and starting off June. So that's a nice way to do it. And I want to thank you so much for sharing this time with us. If you're on YouTube, I hope you'll like us and subscribe. Come on over to paperwishes.com. Take advantage of that money saver on the right side of the screen and the download and all the projects down below. And I certainly want to thank all of you. And we appreciate so much not only sharing Teresa's talent with you, but allowing us to inspire your creative spirit. We'll see you next time.